Feels like I've been gone for so long, for so long, for so long. Moonlight on the lawn.
Hey guys, so I know it's been a super duper long time since I posted, and I guess this video is more so of like giving you guys an update as to what's been going on, because I've been receiving messages on my Instagram and also YouTube wondering when I will be posting again, because you know, some of you guys found my videos very helpful, which I'm very, very happy for, because you know, the purpose of my channel is to bring content awareness to the social work career field. So I'm so glad that some of my videos are able to give you a perspective of what is expected, or what's a social worker like from my point of view. At least there's, you know, it's going to be kind of, you know, informal per usual. So I just wanted to let you guys know that the reason why I haven't been filming is because I received a new job. So I believe last month was when I was really going through the interview process and, you know, transitioning, letting my former employer know of, like, you know, the plans for me and the reason why I'm leaving and stuff like that. So that's why I haven't been posting as much. And then also, once I start the new position, I'm literally still training. So the training is 7 weeks long, or 6 weeks long. I'm tripping. And it's been a roller coaster, to say the least. I do love the new job that I'm in. I'm working at the hospital that I've been trying to work for over a year now. So I'm super happy that I'm finally able to say that I'm working at a career of one of my dreams. You know, I have so many plans I want to do in my life. So working for this hospital, I believe that would give me growth, will give me perspective, and I can definitely grow within the hospital. So I'm very happy that I'm there. To say the least, it's definitely a shift compared to what I'm used to when I worked at Agape. You know, I worked from home for a whole year, and it wasn't as fast-paced compared to the hospital that I'm at right now. So it's definitely going to take some time to get used to, and it's been, to be honest, it's been a little frustrating for me, because I'm used to picking things up so quickly, and you know, I like to pride myself as a quick learner. But for some reason, I guess because I've been working from home for a whole year, that mentally I'm just not able to get it. You know, for example, there are some things within the hospital as a social worker you need to know. I'll go more into details with that throughout the video, but I just want to give you guys an update as to what's been going on. I do work in South Miami, but right now I live in Fort Lauderdale. So if you're from the Florida area, you know that that's a trek. And thinking about moving somewhere close, maybe back in Miami, but it's pretty expensive from what we've been seeing. So yeah, so that's the quick update. You know, I'm obviously going to go more to depth with it, but right now I'm off today. It's currently Friday, but I do work tomorrow and Sunday, and then I'm off Monday and Tuesday. But I'm hoping once I'm able to get the flow of my day-to-day task and the work environment at the hospital, I'm hoping I'll be able to bring you guys along. I think I do need to get permission from the hospital to allow me to record. Obviously, I'm not going to record me seeing the patient or the programs we use and documentation, stuff like that. It's more so of like showing you around the hospital, showing you what I do on a day-to-day without violating HIPAA. So I do need to look into that just to see, because I think that will be very, very informative for you guys who are interested in working in the healthcare setting. So yeah, today is more so of catching up with things. I need to clean the apartment. I need to get my life together. And because I'm off, I'm also going to look into our training binder, because they gave that to us for training, just to look over my notes, because honestly yesterday, I think I might tell you guys more in depth as to what happened yesterday. So I'm going to look over my notes and just to really prepare myself and have any questions, write down questions that I have for my trainer come Wednesday. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. I know it's been super long since I posted, and I'm so sorry. And hopefully I'll be able to post more. I know I've been saying that for the longest, but that's my goal. Yeah, so I guess let's just get to it.
What if I wake up happy? And what if I wake up sad? Sorry if I said something that made you mad. Wishing that I could call you. Sorry my service bad, my bad. When I wake up you're not next to me. Guess I'm missing all your energy. That's all I want. That's all I want. Promise I am not your enemy. I just need another memory. That's all I want. 'Cause all I want is you. Is you. It takes two. 'Cause all I want is you. Is you. It takes two. All I want is you. Tell me, does a flower in the shade ever feel a little jealousy? Does it ever go?
Okay, so based on the to-do list I created today, I do have a little task to do here and there. So basically I want to look over my training binder, which is this ginormous binder of all the information you need to know as a medical social worker. I want to look over that because I also write it in this notebook. It's just like shorthanded notes of what I need to do on certain things, certain tasks. I'm going to be looking over that today, and also I do need to pay some bills, and I want to clean the bedroom, do laundry, probably clean the bathroom as well, because I just want the place to feel clean, nice and clean. I need to make a grocery list because I've honestly also been slacking too on eating healthy, because if you work in a hospital, you know that there's the hospital cafeteria, and for us we get like half off for the food, so it's like really cheap. So I've been going there to get like breakfast, lunch and stuff like that. So I'm trying to cut that out so I don't make that a habit of mine while I'm working there. So I also want to study for my LCSW exam and maybe work out if I have time. I'm also trying to get back into working out because ever since I started working at the hospital, you know, with the crazy hours and the commute, by the time I get home, I'm like super tired. Like I don't want to be bothered, and I feel like my lips are chapped. So there are other things that I want to do throughout the day, and hopefully I'll be able to get it done, but that's the plan for today. Ooh, let me show you guys what I got. So I got this a while back, but I haven't used it yet because time management is not my thing anymore, and I'm trying to get back to it. So as you guys know, if you saw my last video, or maybe the video before that, I'm not sure, I mentioned watching K-drama and listening to BTS now, so, and other K-pop artists. So obviously you guys can already know I want to study Korean, and what better way to study than to learn it with BTS. So yeah, I got this like last month and I haven't opened it yet because again, I've been trying to, with the whole transition, I just haven't had the time. So I got this to study Korean. I looked at the consonants and the vowels like on YouTube, so I know a little bit, but I honestly really want to start learning so I can have like a better understanding of, you know, while I watch the shows and listening to K-pop. But you know, I also feel like it keeps your brain active when you're learning a new language. I'm also trying to really improve my Vietnamese speaking skills because it's terrible. Like, I only know the basics, and even then I may have to play charades with you if you speak Vietnamese. I don't know, that's just terrible on my behalf. So I'm really trying to improve my Vietnamese skills by the end of this year. And then I also want to add learning Korean along with that. So I got this, and so super happy about it. I'll tell you guys what I think about it maybe like next month or later on, like June or something. That way it gives me like time to like really go through each booklet. I'll open it later to show you guys like what's in it. I want to show this to you guys, and we'll see. So I thought this was pretty cool. So I got the Learn Korean with BTS, and I also got this book called Kafka on the Shore. I finished it last week. I'm trying to do better with reading too, because I used to read a lot when I was in high school. So I got this book. I've seen it all over YouTube, all over Instagram, and Namjoon also read this too, and he recommended it for people to read. So I was like, why not? And Kafka on the Shore, it's honestly an interesting book. It's I believe the genre is magical realism. So it's very interesting to say the least. It's very strange, but it does, like, Murakami definitely does keep, like, he makes you want to continue reading, as strange as that might sound, because you're basically following two characters, and in some ways you see how their lives intertwine on a supernatural level of a sort. So this is very interesting. I do plan on reading, I think the other book that he's well known for is the Norwegian Wood and 1Q84, something like that. So if you're looking for like a magical realism book to read, definitely grab Kafka on the Shore. It's honestly, as strange as it might sound, it is an interesting book. So I got this, and my next book is, I'm reading Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, but I'm reading a specific publisher edition. I'll put the picture on the side, and it has so many cool interactive like pop-ups within the book. I'll show you guys while I'm explaining it, but it's so cool, and the illustration of the book is like, it's just amazing. I wish I read, if back then in high school, because my mom made us read the books before watching the movies when they come out, which I really didn't, but if she gave me the book that I'm about to show you now, that publisher's edition, I would have definitely read every single book. So the illustration is immaculate, and it's so colorful, and it just gives you, it's probably for kids, I'm not gonna lie, but I love it. I'm also in the process of trying to build my own library, trying to collect my own Harry Potter books. So I finished reading this book. The next book I'm reading is going to be Harry Potter, and then after that I think I'm going to read The Book Thief. I'm really trying to go read through some of the classics like the Arabian Nights and stuff like that. So yeah, so definitely get this if you are into magical realism. So I got a diffuser for like when I was working from home, and it's so pretty. It's like the wood tone. I love the wood tone because it goes with like my desk sort of, and it comes with like 10 different oils. I have the eucalyptus, jasmine, nutmeg, peppermint, lemongrass, and it does really scent the room, so it does tend to calm me, especially with the mist coming out. So yeah, so those are the things that I got recently, but today is basically just going to be a get my life together kind of a day. So let's get to it. Okay, so now that I have some time, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what is in the Learn Korean with BTS. So it comes in this nice mint blue box, and so once you take away the sleeve and you open it, It has this little felt paper with the BTS logo. And then I heard about this pen and people keep talking about like how cool it is, because apparently within the books it has like parts where if you put the pen on top of the little picture, then it will translate whatever it is saying. So yeah, so these are the books. There are 4 of them. There's book 1, book 2, book 3. Oh, this is pretty. And book 4. And so obviously each book is supposed to advance you further. And yeah, so this is what it looks like. And apparently if you put the pen on here on these tabs, then it will translate for you. Actually, let me see if it works. Ah! That's so cool. Okay, let's see.
어서 오세요.
Ooh.
교통카드가 있어요? 어서 오세요. 교통카드가 있어요?
I guess it's saying the conversation's right here. Oh, that's so cool. Let's try another one. I don't see. Oh wait, what's this?
벌써 많이 들어오신 것 같은데 여러분 안녕하십니까? 그렇습니다.
Ah, J-Hope.
콜라보레이션. 그렇죠. 이거는 게스트가 아니에요.
Jimin Xie. Guys, this is so cool. Honestly, if you guys are thinking about learning Korean, I think you guys should look into this.
안녕하세요. 아미예요? 네, 저는 아미예요.
Oh, that's so cool. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And hopefully I will learn all that I need to learn with this. I'm pretty sure I have to buy some more books too, but yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks, well, right now I'm making something to eat. I haven't gone grocery shopping, so I need to actually clean the fridge, and because of that, I'm just going to be heating up some ramen. After that, once I get something in my stomach, that's when, after that, I'm going to do the laundry, clean the bedroom, clean the kitchen, and clean the bathroom. Hopefully I can do all that within like an hour and a half. I'm also going to clean up around my desk area because I want to just make sure, you know, because I don't sit there actively like I'm used to, you know, dust and stuff accumulates. But that's going to be the move for now. I think I'm going to do the grocery shopping later on today because I do need to make a list. Yeah, so that's going to be the plan for today. And yeah, let's get started. I also want to show you guys what I got recently, well, more so last week, is this cute bar cart. Look how cute this is. At first we had all of our wines on the counter, and I kind of wanted like a bar cart, you know, to be, you know, to look more adultish. And it's so cute. I actually got this from OfferUp, and the lady said that she got this from Target a long time ago. But like, look at the leather detailing, and then like the gold detailing. It's just so cute. I really like it. So yeah, that's what I want to show you guys. Okay, you guys, so let's have a quick talk. So as you guys know, like I said earlier, I started a new position at the hospital, and right now I am what my title is a social work case manager. The reason why I've been feeling a little frustrated and kind of incompetent with my job right now is because it's a fast-paced environment, and I'm used to, like, I've worked in fast-paced jobs before, but not to this extent. You know, as a medical social worker, my job is to assess patients' needs, and based on the needs of what the patient needs, based on what the physician recommends, and based on what the nurse recommends, my job is to really piece it all together to come up with a safe discharge plan. Now, within that process, a lot goes into it. You're collaborating with multiple people within the hospital. You're making calls outside of the hospital. There's so many forms that you need to fill out. There are so many steps prior to having the final safe discharge plan for the patient, if that makes sense, So yesterday, for example, it was a busy day, but yesterday we were supposed to be training more for the discharge process and the follow-up process of doing your day-to-day job. But because yesterday they were short-staffed, so 5 social workers called out and it was just busy yesterday. So rather than having the new hires train, they put us on the floor to focus solely on assessments. And yesterday at the time, I felt confident enough that I've mastered assessments. I knew what to do. And so, you scrub the patients, and when they talk about scrubbing, it means you assess, you look through their orders to see if the physician may have placed any orders. You look at their face sheet, which is the patient's information, because you are going to be meeting with the patients to make sure all the information within the face sheet is accurate. We were tasked to do at least 10 assessments for the day. And so, long story short, I wasn't able to do 10 assessments. I did a solid 5. Now this is what happened. So we got there at 8. So from 8 to 10, my trainer's telling us like they're short staffed. They'll put us on the floor, just explaining to us like each person will handle a floor, do at least 10 assessments. But then from there, within those hours, she's scrubbing through all of our patients like quickly. So that took time. And then we also had to print out all of our face sheets and the advanced directives. That took time because we were using one computer, one printer. And so once we received our face sheets, we also had to write down the things we need to ask for the patient. So that was like for 10 people, that takes time. So basically, by the time I was ready to go on the floor and assess the patients, it was already like 11. So I was able to meet 5 patients. I was able to meet a solid of 5 patients. Majority of them were Hispanic, so I had to use the translation line, and the translation line took like 5 minutes for me to get one on the phone. So that also added on to the time. By the time it was 12, I didn't eat breakfast and I was already feeling lightheaded. So I was like, look, let me just go back to our office and type up as many notes as I can, because around this time the cafeteria was already crowded. So me and my co-workers were going to go to lunch around 1. So from 12 to 1 we were typing up some of the notes. I was able to crank out at least 2 notes, right? But then from 1 to 2 we were at lunch break. And then from 2 to 3 we typed up the rest of the notes as much as we can. But then surprise, from 3 to 4 we had a city hall meeting for our department, where our director and her boss come and talk to us and giving us updates about COVID and the plan for the hospital for social workers, right? That took an hour. Mind you, we were supposed to leave at 4:30. So the city hall meeting didn't end until 4. And I still haven't gone to the rest of my patients. So from 4 to 6 I was working on the notes, because we were technically still in training. So she was going through our notes, critiquing them, which wasn't the issue at all. But what really got me was that one of the patients had a home health care order. Now, home health care order is basically you helping them provide resources for them to have nurse to be sent to their home to provide like education or whatever. If they're having a machine sent home to them, then to educate them on that, that sort. So I didn't know that this particular patient had an order. And normally if there's a home health care order, that takes time. And basically she was telling me, you should have picked this up when you were scrubbing your patient, and you could have asked your discharge planning coordinator and your nurse case manager to start working on that. So like in my head, I'm like already beating myself up. I'm like, well, why didn't I catch this? You know, like what the heck? I thought I didn't see any orders or whatever, so I thought. But I also have to remember, like, orders for patients can come in throughout the day. So I'm thinking either I missed it or they submitted that order like during the day when I was out on the floor, whatever. But it was also my job to be able to stay on track per se. And so it was just like one thing after another that I missed that I could have done better, especially like during my assessments. There are certain trigger words that patients say should enable you to follow up with certain questions to get more information from them to help you better link them to like resources and services. So that's why I was pretty frustrated for the last 2 days, because I've been feeling like I'm not keeping up with the pace, you know, and people are telling me, you know, with time, and then with me, I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I don't have time, okay? I just need everything to like soak in, stick in there so I can do my job, you know, because I really want to succeed in this. I really want to master it. But I feel like because I've been working from home for a whole year, my mind has been so lax that I'm just not picking things up as I should, you know? So that's why I'm going to spend today looking over my notes and binders just to make sure, because honestly, I felt horrible because whatever I didn't finish on my shift, it gets passed on to the night shift social worker. And you know, it's really frowned upon if it seems like you didn't do much during your shift per se. But again, I had to keep telling myself, like, I am training, I'm new, and based on the timeline that was given to us yesterday, you know, that cranking out 10 assessments was, to me, honestly, thinking back, was impossible based on when we started and the things that happened, you know, in between. So that's the overall story of my work experience so far. But overall, I love the people there. You know, the training is amazing. Like, the person who's training us, she knows her stuff. I guess it's just for me piecing everything together and then also retraining my brain to multitask and like to be observant of every single thing, you know. So yeah, so I put in the laundry. I did half of the dishes. I think I'm going to start on my desk area and then the room, and then we'll go from there.